kill. Hostile shooter. Incoming lead.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Incoming frag. Enemy trophy system. Eyes on enemy. Marked by hostile shooter.
Archangel's up.
Eyes on enemy.
Hostiles have the hard point. Hard point identified.
Hostile spring mine. Eyes on enemy.
Hard point active. Commence counter UAV operation.
Watch out, grenade.
TACOM, get a UAV in the air.
Hostile shooter. Kill.
Concussion grenade out.
Hard point locked down. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Eyes on enemy.
Hard
Enemies
point
down.
located.
Hostile shooter. 5 straight.
Hard point is active.
Eyes on enemy. One
Ion
by.
requesting UAV tasking. Hard point is secure.
Hostile grenade.
Hostiles have the hard point. Turret online.
Hostile shooter.
Firing Archangel. Hard point locked down.
Enemy. Eyes on enemy. Incoming Semtex. Hostile shooter.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Archangel going in.
Eyes on enemy.
Hard point
Head
in
the road. Red
White
down.
Tuxedo awaiting your order.
Hostile shooter. Deploy Watchdog Kilo to my grid.
Hard point active. Hostiles have the hard point.
Tossing to eyes on enemy.
Target WBR. Weapon hot.
Hard point is secure.
We're taking fire.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Good effect on target.
Contact neutralized with White Tuxedo.
Avenger 1-6, 2-by.
Hard point locked down.
Your White Tuxedo has been eliminated.
Eyes on enemy. Squad incoming.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Enemy assault pack.
Hard point located. Hard point is secure.
Eyes on enemy. Setting rally point. Confirming
Hostiles have
kills.
captured the hard point. Hard point is active. Hard point locked down.
Hostile shooter.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Eyes on enemy. Destination marked. Enemy spring mine. Enemy hostile shooter. Eyes on enemy.
Hard point is secure. TACOM, launch counter UAV. TACOM,
Hostile
counter
shooter.
UAV.
Target deleted. Eyes on enemy. Hostile shooter.
Hostiles have captured the hard point. Net call. Enemy watchdog kilo incoming.
Eyes on enemy.
Hard point identified. Hard point locked down. Hostiles have the hard
Hostile shooter.
Hard point is secure.
Eyes on enemy.
Hard point active. hard point.
Eyes on enemy. Hostile shooter.
Pop requesting UAV tasking. Hostile scout pulse in your AO.
Eyes on enemy.
Using Archangel. Hard point located.
Setting rally point. Hostile shooter.
Hard point is active. Hostiles have the
Eyes on
hard
enemy.
point.
Stay down. Hostile Molotov. Eyes on enemy. Hostile Archangel. Hostile shooter. Hostile long gun neutralized. Eyes on enemy.
Frag going out.
Enemy grenade.
Hard point locked down.
Got contact.
Hostiles attached to the hard point. Hard point identified.
Hostile head for my waypoint. Eyes on enemy.
Hard point active. Hard point is secure.
Hostile shooter. Broke me up and running. Hostile shooter. Scout post
Hostiles
online.
have the hard point.
Eyes on enemy mine.
Eyes on enemy.
UAV inbound.
Just EKIA. Hostile
Gun
shooter.
code standing by.
Scratch that. Eyes on enemy. Snipers. Hostile shooter.
Hard point located. Hard point locked down.
Eyes on enemy.
Captured the hard point.
Hostile
Hard
shooter.
point set.
Setting rally point.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Concussion spotted.
Eyes on hostile concussion. Eyes on enemy.
Enemy inside.
Enemy assault pack destroyed.
Our visual.
Hostile shooter.
Hard point is secure. Hard point identified. Hostiles have captured the hard point. Hard point
Eyes
active.
on enemy.
Hostiles have the hard point.
Hostile shooter. Eyes on enemy.
Enemy scout pulse detected. Hard point locked down.
Hostile shooter. Stroke.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Tactical front. Eyes on enemy. Eyes on hostile concussion. Hostile head for my waypoint.
Hard point located.
Eyes on enemy. Hostile shooter.
Hard point is active. Hostiles have the hard point.
Eyes on enemy. Hostile shooter.
Archangel's up.
Eyes on enemy. Hostile shooter. Destination. Watch where you're pointing that shit-ass hat. Hostile spring mine.
Grenade incoming.
Eyes on enemy.
Hardpoint is secure.
Enemy grenade.
Hostile shooter. Eyes on enemy. Setting rally point. Stun incoming.
Bion requesting UAV sensor.
Hostile shooter.
Hostiles
Haven't you
captured
heard?
the hardpoint.
No one. Hostile set.
Hardpoint is up. Hardpoint locked down.
Hostile shooter.
Hardpoint active. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Eyes on enemy. Hostile shooter. Eyes on enemy.
Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. TACOM, get a
Hostile
UAV in
shooter.
here.
Hostile assault pack removed. Eyes on enemy.
Hardpoint locked down.
Hostile shooter.
Hardpoint is secure. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint located.
Semtex out.
Hostile shooter. Eyes on target
Hardpoint
shot.
set. Hostiles have
Into
captured the
eyes on
hardpoint.
enemy. Moving with Archangel. Archangel to hostile shooter. Eyes on hostile concussion. Enemy mine. Front. Hostile Semtex.
Grenade incoming.
Hardpoint locked down.
Enemy. Eyes on enemy.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint identified.
Hostile shooter.
Hardpoint active.
Hostile Molotov.
Eyes on
Hostiles
enemy.
captured the hardpoint.
Hostile shooter.
One by.
What the fuck's
Eyes on
going
enemy.
on out there? Tighten up your
Hostile
fire.
shooter. Eyes on enemy.
5-5.
Hostile shooter. Eyes on enemy. Watch out for hostile shooter. You fucking blind? Incoming Semtex. Stun
Losing
incoming.
Archangel.
Setting rally point.
Hardpoint located.
Eyes on enemy. That's a kill.
Hardpoint is active.
Hostile shooter.
Hardpoint is secure.
Archangel available.
Eyes on enemy. Destination
Watchdog
marked.
Kilo incoming on your location. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Molotov. Hostile shooter. Eyes on enemy.
RTB, Black Ops. We need to have a fucking conversation.
What the hell was that?
Enemy spring mine.
Hostile shooter. Head, you're done.